Yo, welcome back to Canceled. I'm your host, Tommy, and I'm here with Shalom.
What's up?
What's up, Shalom? How you doing?
I'm good.
Yo, today we had an interesting day. We had a fucking
It
full-blown
day.
workout, and now we're about to record the pod. So honestly, like this day's been going nuts. And I just got off of one interview. I have another interview tomorrow at fucking 12:40, so that's fucking lit. You know, I'm trying to get some new jobs, make some more money. You already know.
Weird.
But speaking of money, we gotta speak about like manifesting the money.
Oh yeah.
And manifestation in general, you know, that's
you
one of the
believe in
topics. What? I fuck with that on a different level.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in it for sure. Like my take on manifestation is that whenever you really just do things and you manifest it and like actually like put your energy into it, it will definitely happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've seen like countless of people just speaking about it and being like, hey, like do this and do that and like believe in this and that, and like it just wouldn't work out for them. And then I just took it into my whole different, like I completely ignored everybody's fucking version of manifestation. I just did it myself, and now it's just been, honestly, like it's been working. Like I've just been doing shit. I have been just working on things. There's a lot of things I've been doing behind the scenes and shit, and like I think everyone has their own version of Well, you got a notification at the same time, you know that? What did you get a notification from Twitter?
No, it was my friend Esmeralda.
That is so weird. I got 2 notifications from Twitter. That's crazy.
I was telling her that I was gonna be here on the podcast.
Oh yeah, that's
today,
right. So you guys are playing this horror game later on tonight too.
Well, not with her, but she told me, she was like, oh, I've always wanted to like be on a podcast.
On a podcast, you know, you could just call her and tell her hop on.
Yeah,
whenever.
But I feel like this isn't really her vibe.
It's not her vibe. She's not. What is she, more of like a
she's more
informative
thing.
Yeah, this is more of like this podcast. Everyone has their own point of view of this podcast, but in my opinion, this podcast is more of like you get to be who you are as a person and say whatever you want, and like there is precautions behind it, yes, but like I think you're just more open to be who you really feel comfortable being. Like the conversation I had with Nick was like, hey, like Nick, what makes you as a person? And he went off and told everyone his story and shit. So like everyone has their own. So like, yeah, let me ask the same question. Shalom, what makes you Shalom?
What makes me Shalom? I would say if I ignore like aspects of me that are like the physical, like, oh, I'm 5'3", I have brown hair, whatever. If I exclude that, I would say I'm someone who loves music. Okay. It's a very big part of me.
Very talented, by the way. Like, if you guys don't know about Shalom, she is fucking nuts. Like, she can create music. Like, we were for fun a long time ago. I don't think you remember this. Me and Joelle were just coming over, and that was
in high school.
I'm pretty sure you had a beat for us. I think you ripped a beat from somewhere.
Something like that.
I think you took a beat from somewhere.
That's
you
when
made
I
it
first
yourself.
Started.
Like, and all you hear is Joelle.
I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I'm not even joking.
Even if you didn't know what you were doing, the fact that you were doing it at such a young age and just going off was pretty fucking badass. Like, she can create beats. She can do crazy shit. Tell us what you could do, Shalom. What can you do?
So I started off with music. Well, music in general. I started off with piano.
Piano, okay.
And singing. I love to sing, and I still do sing. But
I wish I could sing.
In terms of piano, I taught myself because my dad played piano and he sang at church. I was very Christian up until I was like 19. So at the church, I would always like sing and play and like see my dad play piano. And I asked him, I was like, Dad, can you like teach me piano? But he was too busy. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just do it myself.
And that's what I'm talking about, manifesting. You just did it yourself.
I went on YouTube and I just started copying what I saw people doing. So I just ended up doing,
that's fucking
learning
great.
Like that. And then, but I always thought I was gonna be an artist growing up. So I was focused on like drawing and like painting. Okay. But then I was like, you know what? This is turning more into like a chore. So let me go back to what I really feel like I can do forever, which is music.
Do you see a career with that?
You
think we get a phone call over there in the distance? Do you mind shutting that door? I probably have a phone call in the distance.
No problem.
I don't know what's going on with that. I sure. Nice.
You should make a sound out of that.
I could do that actually. But I'm leaving that in there. By the way, she stood up, if you guys didn't realize, because I obviously not recording it via video. But she stood up and the mic dropped and she cut. She was like, oh!
Yeah, it like swiveled.
It's swiveled. Let me see if the wind perfectly fine is not even causing any sort of altercation. So I'm okay with this. It
actually sounds a lot better than I thought it was going to sound.
Me too, honestly, right? And you know what's crazy? Like, this kid came into my job and started talking about how like he has this podcast with his bro and they were doing the same thing. And I was doing the same thing with John and like, or Johnny, you know, we're doing the same thing with Johnny and like we were doing the same thing. But like me personally, like when it comes to like podcasting or just anything content creation wise, I feel like if you're not willing to put like the time and effort and the money where it needs to be, then like you're not going to be successful. And you could you could like hypothetically record a podcast through your phone with like the iPhone mic or some shit, and that could like possibly help you blow up. But I mean, like, the more work and effort and shit you put into your work is where you're going to really succeed. Like, I personally didn't mind spending the extra money to get these mics and like the fucking the interface and stuff like that, because I knew at the end of the day, like, if I did record from mics, it'd be like really just choppy, you know, just like glitching every time. I was just like, no,
it would take away from the purpose of what you're talking about.
Exactly. Like, what's the point of being on the phone? Yeah, and exactly, that's a perfect way to say it. You're gonna be distracted. You have your phone on your lap. You want to use it, but when you have these mics, you want to talk into it, and it makes you kind of like, I'm not a singer or a rapper, but it makes me kind of want to just start spitting shit on the mic and just be like, just going off on this mic.
Yeah, that's like the environment.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's like the energy you put in, and then like having like, I mean, he was talking about how he has like equipment, and like the equipment he uses is like not like my equipment. I was just like, all right, that's cool, but like, hey, like, listen, like, you can still do what you can do without even having the proper equipment. Like, I truly think,
as
like,
long as you start, that's what
exactly,
a lot of people
and like
have a hard time doing.
And like, I see all these other like podcasters and like music artists and stuff like that, and they're just, listen, I've seen fucking samples from crazy shit. Like people can make high fives and turn that into like a crazy ass song.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think, and back to like the original part of my idea is or my concept is like, if you do have the money and don't be cheap, put a little extra money into the equipment, because like you're gonna use it. I mean, even if it's not always, but like you're gonna use it at some point. And like, why really just drop something like this is not towards anyone or anything, but like if you are like planning on creating a podcast, creating music or anything, film, video, I personally think you should definitely throw down like at least a few $100 to $1,000 on the right equipment, you know?
Yeah.
Because like if you're gonna go out and shoot with a fucking disposable camera into like professional photos, they're gonna come out dope as shit because they're disposable.
Yeah.
But they're not professional quality, and personally,
to get started, it's fine.
Yeah,
but once you feel like this is really something that you want to put time and energy into and develop and cultivate, then you should definitely invest into it.
I agree.
It's really
like,
just an
you
investment.
have the right equipment too. Like, your room's fucking dope as shit. Like, you have a studio in your room.
Basically.
Like that. Like,
I could do a little bit more to it, but as basics, it's pretty good.
What would you put else in your room? Like, do you have room to put anything else in there?
Acoustic pads to try and limit the noise. Try and control the noise. Okay. Yeah. And have sort of like a little mini sound booth, because the way I'm recording it gets a lot of like noise in the background when
that's what I was worried about with this fan. That's what I was worried about with the fan.
So, but even without the fan, just outside, like you can hear everything outside, because the cars are always passing by because I'm on 46.
You're right. Their mic picks up that.
Yeah.
Dude, I live right by 46 and I don't have...
But like you're kind of far. I'm like right in front of the street.
I have like nature behind me. I hear birds and shit. Like,
that's nice though. That's a nice
I guess that is to have cool in the background, but I also get like phone calls. Like, you see, I got a phone call like 10 seconds ago. Like, like shit. Like, God damn it. You know.
But no, I would do that, and then like a little like mini like a sound booth or something like that. And maybe some better speakers. Because mine are good for like entry level, but I could definitely upgrade.
What are you planning for as your career? Like, because I know you have the studio, but what is like your end goal? Like,
my end goal. So, for me, after going to school for like basically more like sound engineering, like basically like recording and like mixing for people after you record and making sure it sounds good at the end of the process, I like more like the performance side of music, where like you're in a group playing or jamming with other people. Like, that really gives me a lot of joy.
Because you're around others.
Exactly. Like, basically just like making that vibe of music and just vibing out and like feeling it out.
I think it's the energy. I think it's the energy with, you know what? I love exactly the way you said that, because like the other day I was watching a video and like people were talking, and the guy in the video was like, hey, like, negativity, when you surround yourself by negative like things, negative environment, your life just becomes negative. It's just what you're around. And like how you're saying, like, you want to play music with your friends or even a group of people, it's because they understand you, because in the same energy, you guys have one goal, to all have fun together and make some dope ass music.
Exactly.
And that's what it is.
Or even if it's like playing on my own, like, just because I tend to feel music, I feel like a little bit, it's fine.
The fuck?
It should be okay.
Is that
it's
normal?
Recording over it. It's fine.
Recording over what though?
You
Oh,
probably
my
forgot
old
to
track.
delete that,
Oh yeah, old track. That's gone now. Old track is gone.
It's alright. You got an audio engineer in here to tell you that it's
I was
gone.
like, oh shit. I was like, did I click record like twice? You know what? I wish GarageBand had some sort of like audio voice changer, a voice like modifier or some shit, so it could be like
You want
crispy.
to be like, crispy?
Yeah,
I mean, you can
crispy's a
like
weird
find
way to
maybe
say it.
like presets online
That's
to
probably-
like put for
oh.
like your EQ or things like that.
That
or
would be. I didn't
compressor.
think of that.
Yeah, like you know how you have presets for like
Videos and photography.
You could
Yeah,
probably do that.
I didn't
with
know. I
audio.
didn't think GarageBand could have presets. To be honest, like
Well,
this
that's
is free.
the thing, because GarageBand is like the light version
Yeah,
of like Logic.
and same thing with the iMovie.
Yeah.
Like iMovie's the light version of Final Cut Pro, and
Exactly.
Nikki has iMovie, the Final Cut Pro. Actually, he does have it.
I have
and
Final Cut Pro too, but I
you
have to
have
download it.
Really?
I got it with the computer.
You got
when I
both of
got from
those?
school.
You
Yeah,
got both?
I got Logic and Final
What kind of
Pro.
computer did you buy?
I just got a MacBook Pro.
And they gave you a $400, $200 each software.
Well, it was supposed to be for school, so like they knew it was for school, so they had to put those plugins or like those applications in
Oh
there.
shit! I should have done that.
You just got like a regular like.
I got a Mac Mini for school, and then like
Nah.
that's what we're recording on actually right now too. A Mac
Mhm.
Mini. This thing, by the way, the fastest processor in a MacBook.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to get them. I've always loved the MacBook
The new
displays.
one is like the M2, right?
Mhm, the M2, yeah, that's
Max,
obviously the faster
whatever.
now. But like at the
Yeah.
time, the Mac Mini 1 was
Yeah.
the fastest. I was between that or the desktop version of a computer.
Mm.
That's what I like the whole Apple like display. Like
Mhm.
I don't know if you've seen the newest one, but it's like 3,860 for a monitor.
Holy shit.
And like I like it just because the way it looks, the way it's just all convenient. But then I was just like, I have a dope ass monitor. Like I actually like this monitor. So why don't I just get a Mac Mini
Yeah.
and stop doing the old laptop way and putting the laptop into the
Oh,
thing?
yeah,
you
that
know,
was such a
that was
pain in
so
the ass.
fucking annoying.
Yeah.
So I got a
love
Mac
that.
Mini, and this thing is a beast. Like it
Yeah.
exports quickly. All my photos come out perfect. Right now we're recording on it, and like no stuttering, no buffering. Everything's
That's
just
good.
good. So like I spent I don't know how much it was really. I think at the time it was $1,000,
Mhm.
but now it's probably cheaper because it's old.
Yeah.
But like at the time, and it's a good PC. Like I got a gaming PC over there, and then like it has power and like it's good for gaming. But this thing is good for like what you do as well,
Yeah.
like music production, video editing.
Mhm.
All the shit will like it would apply like towards you.
Yeah.
Like if I were to recommend like an actual PC to someone for like what we do like as creators, I think a Mac Mini was honestly one of the best
Mhm.
PCs you could get.
Yeah. But no, I feel like for my room, I would just do those things.
Those things.
But I started out with production because I was like always interested into how people could make songs like that. So I was like, oh, let me figure this out. Like, how do people do this?
Yeah, how do people make like samples and stuff? Do you know?
Well, one, they probably either just record something
Do they
and
buy it
then
off
they
people?
can manipulate it. Okay, so
Okay.
there's different ways. You can make your own samples. Like, I could like record, I don't know, like you kicking something.
Okay.
I could record that and manipulate it,
With, like,
manipulate
frequency?
the audio in different like various ways, like pitch, envelope, and things of like that sort, frequency shifts, EQ, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Make it sound completely different. That's called like sound design,
That's crazy.
which I'm actually taking that class this upcoming semester.
Oh, okay. I'm so glad to be finishing up school in December.
Yeah, no, I
You don't
felt that.
understand. Like I am done. Like you
I am
finished? You're not
so-
even done, right? You're
no,
not
I
even,
have 2 more semesters. Well, I'm in my senior year. This is my last year.
That
But
is
like
good.
you have 1 semester, I have like 2.
Yeah, which is not bad.
Yeah.
But what's your plan after school?
For me, well, yeah. So I started off with production, and then like audio engineering, and started going into that. But I was like, nah, bro. Like this stuff is cool, but it
Sure.
doesn't give me. It does. I don't have that passion for it. It doesn't excite me when I do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I would rather do piano. So my end goal is once I get out of college and graduate, my degree is probably best used as like an audio engineer, like working at a studio as an audio engineer or
Okay.
recording engineer or mixing engineer, any of that sort.
That's what you want to do?
Well, that's what I can do with my degree.
That's great. I like
so I can have a more stable job in that sense.
that. Okay.
But so I'm probably gonna get like a job at a studio just to get that stable income,
Yep.
save up, and then at the same time try and build up my piano skills
Okay.
and start to do piano gigs and things of that sort, or maybe like do piano like lessons so that I can build up my skills so that I can start to focus more on doing like piano related gigs and get more money from doing piano than from doing audio stuff.
Audio. So your main goal is to teach people like piano. That's what you really want to do.
Not teach is definitely something I can do
Okay.
to get money, but it's mainly perform.
So you want to perform. You don't want to really instruct. You want to perform.
No.
That would be sick as hell.
Because I did do instructing at school for like a job.
Yeah,
like
you didn't
it was
like
just
it.
like it was just like piano lessons or whatever.
Did you
Or
like
like
it?
just tutoring, that's what it was. So it was tutoring for like a class.
What was it? Did you like it?
It was cool, but it was definitely frustrating.
Because people like didn't understand.
Yeah, they're still starting out or they're just doing it for the class.
Yeah.
And you need to have that patience to be like, it's like this, and I'd literally like show them how to do it, and they like still can't do it, and that's fine. It takes people a while to do it, but my patience is like.
Can you like play Beethoven on the piano?
I can, yeah,
you know?
I can play that. That's for Elise.
I think Elites, is that what it
For
is?
Elise is the name of it.
For Elise?
Fur, like
Like
an animal
animal fur,
and then
okay.
Elise.
That's what it's called?
Elise, yeah.
Fur Elise. And that's
Yeah.
the song?
Yeah.
Interesting. I can play that actually. What's great. Hold on, let me see this. I'm about to like throw that shit on here, and I don't know how long I'm allowed to play audio on here for, because like Spotify has their own agreements, and
Oh, really?
technically co-signed with Rumble, but it's not a full contract. It's more of like a temporary contract.
Okay.
So I have my limitations. But like other than that, I mean like Spotify didn't take down my last podcast because I had Travis Scott on there.
Well, this is fine because Beethoven doesn't have like a copyright.
Right? He's dead.
issue.
Why would he fucking have
He's been
a
dead for
copyright?
too long. That doesn't
What's
work.
the name of it?
Fur,
Uh-huh.
F-U-R, space Elise, Elise.
Let's turn that up. I don't know. It's just so soothing to hear that in the background.
But what's interesting is the way I see it with classical music is that like a lot of people listen to it and they're like, oh, like that sounds soothing, that sounds nice. But for me, the way I think about it as a musician, it's bringing out my emotions through the song.
Okay.
So you can play it like that. The way I think about it is like, oh, I'm playing this, but I want to have an image in my head as I play it. So I'm thinking of maybe like something tiptoeing, very light. Very like maybe like ballerinas, thinking of how a ballerina dances.
I literally just started talking about it. I
like
just started thinking about that when you said that.
And then you'll see later the more not agitated, but the bigger it gets, you have different scenes, so you can start to think like, well, maybe something happens to this ballerina, or there's a more dramatic part of the scene.
So
you like play with those emotions. It's like literally playing through the music. It's coming.
So basically, your point of view is saying that like music has an emotion.
Yeah, absolutely.
I completely agree. A lot of people.
And if you don't play with that emotion, there's no reason why you should be
really listening to music
That's
at
my
all.
philosophy.
When I listen to some songs, I put myself in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of music that like honestly, if you don't cry to certain songs and shit, like I just don't understand how your brain works.
Yeah.
Because there are some songs that like should literally make you cry. Like it's been proven like by scientists as well. They play with hertz and like frequencies that will affect a certain part. It will target a certain part of your brain and make you feel sad or happy or. And there's some songs that I listen to personally. And I can't really think of them right now, but I'm sure I find them. And I'll be working out at the gym or something, and I'll just be like, oh shit.
If you could put on one song that reminds me of what you're saying, it's called Agape.
Spell it.
Agape. Whenever I listen to this song, it's just like it feels like peace for me. It feels like peace, like the end of something, and
How do you
it's
spell
sad.
it? I might have spelled it wrong.
A-G.
Oh, A-G. Oh.
A-G-A-P-E. Agape.
Let's run it. No, I don't know how loud it's gonna be.
Turn it up
Yeah, because I don't know. Our mics might be picking up most of the sound, so we'll see.
For me, this feels like something is like ending and it's sad, but there's still hope.
Oh my god, I know this song. Or this, would you call this a song or more of like a...
It's from a soundtrack of a movie.
Is it? What movie?
You can see it on the album there. I haven't seen it.
The Street Guitar?
Yeah, it's called Street Guitar.
That's crazy. Really?
But I have a whole playlist that I call Beauty, which is like these songs that just feel so much emotion, like like through
Yeah.
them that I like. It just sounds beautiful. Like
I like
literally, it
that.
just sounds like the
I
word
honestly
beautiful.
was never thinking about doing that. I should totally honestly consider doing
I
that.
love it.
There is a song,
Every single time I'm sad though, I put it on, and I feel like that's not a good thing. But like,
but well, like
because it makes me more sad.
I think, but that's good though, because you're getting all your emotions out.
No,
and then
definitely. If
and then
there's,
you're
if
then
there's
you
one
go
thing I
back to
learned is
square
like
one.
I need to like if I need to cry, like I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Like I need to
I
get
try
that
to.
emotion
I try
out.
to. I think honestly, if you're a man and you just don't cry and let your emotions out, because there's. Listen, this is actually a very important thing. Men and women sometimes hate to show their emotions around others. And like I personally also hate showing. I don't have any emotions. So when someone gives me a gift, I just say thank you and I just give them a smile. But like I've seen people react like crying and shit like that, and I really want to do that. I really and I know so many people can, but I personally can't. But like when I listen to music, like what you were just putting the song, and I'm trying to find a song that I listen to as well. Oh yeah, I just break down. I just break down completely by myself and just let it all out. Because knowing that, like, hey, like, you deserve this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think, if you're not a man or a woman and you don't fucking cry, there's something wrong with you. Because you hide way too much in you. And, like, it's kind of weird. Like, you should be able to let yourself I think crying is completely fine. I mean, you shouldn't.
Is therapeutic.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's therapeutic. I don't think, I mean, you shouldn't sob like a little bitch in public, like a little kid, you know, the mommy couldn't buy you anything, you're going to cry.
Yeah.
No, I don't. That is a different story. Unless there's something really in like public you that significantly bothered you and made you want to cry, then I understand. Like if you saw like someone that you haven't seen in like a while, like actually let me give you a perfect example. One of our friends is Alex. He's in the military.
Oh, Alex.
Yeah, you know Alex.
Yeah, Alex.
Before he was shipped out to a training, if I'm not mistaken, like I fucking gave him a hug and I fucking teared up because like at the end when I saw him. It's not like you're saying goodbye to a person, but it's just like in the back of your mind, it's just like you might be saying. So I just fucking started bawling my tears, and he just hugged me. He was like, "You don't gotta cry."
You can feel those emotions.
Yeah.
It's just I feel like the whole thing is like how much it means to you, and like
I think so.
And, like the empathy.
He gave me this
like,
ring that day, and I haven't like I kid you not, I wore this ring as much as I could. Like I think at that moment was like some sort of like
it's just
bond.
Whatever feels like whatever you feel that is like. That significant to you, like a friendship.
That's
or like
literally what it is.
Sometimes like whenever I think about like my parents, like how much they mean to me and like how much they've done for me, like it makes me tear up because I'm like I put myself in their shoes where like imagine you have a kid and they didn't have me before they came here, but you go to a completely different country, right, and suffer all this like I want to say abuse, but like trials and tribulations. And then, have to bring a child up during that and, like, how much hard work and how much, like, that child means to you. Like, you literally, to your parents, you become their everything.
Yeah.
Like, they will literally, like, take a bullet for you. Like, they would rather die than have you suffer because you mean so much to them, you know?
I know.
And so when you, like, think about that, it's just, like... like it kind of makes you feel like, damn, what did I ever like feel mad at my mom or da 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 da. Like
it's crazy you say that too. I'm literally like, I have a response to that. I'm gonna let you finish before I have a response to that because like I have a definite response to that.
But it's definitely just like, whenever I think about that or when I think about like friendships that I maybe have to end or don't want to let go of because they mean so much to me. Like there's definitely, I would say everyone has one thing that pulls at their heartstrings no matter what it is, because we're emotional creatures. Like we feel emotion. Some people more than others, but you still feel emotion.
No, yeah, you have some sort of emotions. Probably some way more than others. Like I see people, my god, my boy bought me a Ferrari, and it's like a brand new Ferrari, and this dude starts bawling. Listen.
Everyone's different.
I would try so hard. Yeah. If someone came to my house and said, "Hey, I got a Ferrari for you because you're the bro and like you support me through everything and like here you go," I would try the hardest to bawl. I know it wouldn't really just come out though.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's just different.
I think it's the scenario you're in, really.
Yeah, exactly. Like not everyone's gonna react to the same thing at the same scenario, and I think honestly that's the beauty.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it better.
That's what's so beautiful. That
about emotion and shit.
Imagine if we all felt the same way about something, how boring life would be. But the fact that people have different opinions and can talk about different things and have different backgrounds, that's what
that's what makes us different and unique in every single way.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that a lot. And going back to that conversation about like your family and like your parents and like losing your like there's some points in like in my life when you just like like you wonder like why did you even argue with them, and like but these parents and they argue with you because half the time that's what they are like trained to do, is to prove themselves as a parent, that they're like, okay, you know, I'm obviously smarter than him, I'm older than him, I'm right, you know. And parents could be wrong, like don't get me wrong, most parents are wrong, you know. I've had like conversations at like my job where a parent would like completely argue with their kid, and then the kid would be right, and then I would be like, well, excuse me, miss, but you're wrong, actually, your kid is right, and like the information you got it off is really incorrect, and like you should listen to your kid. And like I really want this, like the way you said it is just like I kind of want this for like everyone's parents to hear, like trust your kids, they're not always wrong, and they do have sometimes more knowledge than you, because like you guys grew up from a different time period, a different, like you said, like your parents grew from a different place, they went to a different place, and they have a whole different. When it comes to America, everything gets just died down, really. Like I when I came back from vacation, America is nothing compared to like any other country. Like, and yes, it's free, you get the freedom of speech, everything here is like all about freedom and shit, which actually to a certain extent, because like whatever I say could also not be part of freedom, and I could just get shot in the fucking face, but that's besides the point. America has all these different things that give you the freedom you deserve, but at the same time is like you also sacrifice a lot, like like your mental health, like honestly, when I was in Aruba, I wasn't even homesick, I wasn't depressed, I wasn't sad, I wasn't feeling any sort of emotion. Like I was just happy to be away from the world we live in, like you know. And like I was just very appreciative of what I had, and when I came back I started appreciating things even more. I was just like, holy shit, like these people would like I was seeing them fucking carry like crazy shit on a bicycle, and like fruits, and they would be selling these fresh fruits for like $1, you know, $1 a fruit. Here you go to ShopRite, it's like $3.69 per pound. This motherfucker gave me an apple for $1, which is like obviously not the best deal, but like, hey, a fresh apple picked from a tree for $1, you're just not gonna get that, you know, in America, unless you own an apple farm and like produce your shit. Like you got to appreciate what you got now, and like you gotta also like realize like we had this conversation, we're all gonna just die one day, really. Like it's an unfortunate thing to say, but like it's true. And like once you accept that, like you can now start to realize what the key importance of things are, like small things, like I honestly, like I don't know how to describe it, like I don't really let things bother me like others. Like I just kind of just do whatever I need to do to live, you know. Like I don't know about you, like what do you do? Let me retackle this question. When you feel emotional, what is the first thing you do?
Well, for me personally, the right thing that I should do, and I know that is most beneficial, is journaling. Okay. Because I tend to overthink a lot. So when I feel really, I would say emotional in a bad way, not emotional in a good way, but I should still write down the good things, right? Because you don't want to forget the good things. But when I'm feeling emotional in not a good way, the first thing that I want to do is journal, because once you write it down and it's out of your head, like you're able to see it in a more objective view. And if you also go back to the stuff that you've written about the good things that have happened in life, then you get to be like, wow, actually, like maybe this isn't as big as I thought, because I've done this in the past and I've gone over it. You know, or you get to look back to things that you used to think were super big, and now you're like, what? Like, why was I freaking out?
I like the concept of journaling, actually.
Journaling is really good.
I liked it, and I journaled for a little while, but then I kind of like, how do I say this and make it sound not weird? I journal it in my head. Like, whenever I do something that I know that is not, like, what I usually do, an ideal, or, like, something that made this day different, I'll remember that in my head and be like, all right, maybe we shouldn't do that today, and maybe you should avoid that.
Like a mental note.
Yeah, it's like a mental note. It's exactly what it is. It's just,
but I feel like the difference with journaling, like, literally writing down, like, pen and paper.
It's definitely different.
I feel like it's ingrained in your head. It's even, like, proven before where, like, if you write things down, you're way more likely to remember it. You know? No,
that is completely true. I like my journal. Like I've only written like 3 pages in it. To be honest, I only did write 3 pages in it, and like it was only 3 pages. It was just like when I was like a really bad time in my life. I just only wrote 3 things, and then like I was looking back at that journal before I flew and to Aruba for vacation. I looked at the journal and I was just like, like these past things, like fuck it. I just closed the journal. I was just like, I'm not gonna let this shit bother me. I'm going on vacation. And then like with that, my mindset is that how could I fucking phrase this in the right way? Whenever something happens to you, like actually like deep shit happens to you, like something that you get fucking in a fight, your friends stop being your friends, you get in a bad breakup, anything like that, and like you write it down and you like see it, or like not even talk writing it. You have pictures of your ex on your phone, or like old conversations of a friend who used to be your friend, and then you see that shit. And like usually I used to let it bother me. I'd be like, fuck, like damn, I don't want to do shit today. Like I just want to chill, do my own thing, and like have internal peace. I'd be sad as fuck. Like I would see a text from like an ex and be like, fuck, like we used to be together like at around this time. Why the hell? What went wrong? You know? And like overthink about the whole thing. But like with your like the whole journaling thing, like when you write it down, like it's great. And all, and like you can really like a way to like help yourself, and like fuck, there's no really right way to say this. If you're journaling, it's the best way to express your emotions on paper. But if you want to express your emotions between like your mind and your body, like you have to be able to learn to not let things bother you. And like I've learned the perfect way to not let things bother you is the art of silence. That bothers fucking people. And like when you get really silent, just not talk for a period of time, people really start to wonder like what is wrong with you. And like me personally, I don't. It's not really personal for anybody, but I never really just go out on my day and hit people up, because like the reason why I stopped doing that, I learned that like 2 years ago, really, which is like either people will be working or busy, or just give me some lame ass excuse, be like, yo, I would, but I got to do this with that, and then it could be an excuse, it could be an actual thing they have to do, but I would just like be like, oh. Damn, like I had this whole day planned, and like now this person doesn't want to do this, and or they're working, like, and then that shit would like completely bring me down, like completely, like totally super sad, and I'd just be like, I don't even go out no more. Like what's the point? Like fuck, this motherfucker just ditched me. Like I don't write it down only because I forget to. That's the truth. But I do live with it in my head, like a mental note in my head, and I know how to attack a situation, and like how to solve a situation without it becoming a situation. So like, I guess my mind is free from like the self thoughts and internal torment. Like I personally like I pursue everyone finding peace within themselves before they find peace within another person.
Oh, absolutely. You need to be content with yourself because if you try and make someone else fill that hole inside of you.
Does water taste like pool water?
What?
Does water taste like pool water from the gym?
Pool water? Ew.
I know, right?
Like chlorine?
Yeah, it kind of tastes like it.
Ew.
Yeah, no. It's whatever. I don't buy water bottles. I might be one of them. I do not. I have a Brita, but like I forget to refill it. So and that's not even the problem with the Brita. The Brita is the fact that there's no room in the fridge, because we always stock the fridge with food. So there's nowhere to get like cold water.
Oh my god.
And while I was on vacation, holy shit, I got obsessed with cold. I don't like, it's crazy. I don't drink soda like that or anything like sugary like that. So I was like, when I came back to the U.S., the moment I came back, I started having sodas again, and like fuck, and having like beers and shit, and like I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, but like having ice cold water, because if you didn't know,
ice cold water is the absolute best.
I am addicted to it. I found out in Aruba when I was there, one of the tour guys told us they have the cleanest tap water in the world.
Really?
So you could just drink it, ice cold water, and put ice in the cup and just gobble that shit down. Which is quite disappointing, the thing, while I think about it, because America couldn't have done this. We couldn't do that.
America is the richest country in this entire world.
That is true.
But our living how do you say this?
Americans are spoiled. I'm gonna say I'm spoiled, dude. I complain about everything in America, and
I
like,
say
but
we're definitely better off than other people.
Absolutely.
But for our condition of being the best, like not the best, but being the richest in the world,
yep,
we could be doing so much
more better and everything differently.
Oh, absolutely. Like, we're definitely, I'm not saying that we're like, oh my god, like we're so bad, like we're whatever. No, we're doing a lot better than a lot of other countries. But way better. For like our condition of how we're standing in the world, we could do so much better.
So much better. I
only
kid you
people
not.
who benefit are the top 1%.
You're gonna go to Costa Rica somewhat soon.
Not soon. My mom is.
Your mom is. She
Yeah.
probably when she goes, she hasn't been there in a while. She's probably gonna come back and tell you everything about Costa Rica. And like I haven't been there either for a while, but like everything's been Americanized, if that's the
Oh,
right
absolutely.
word. Like when I was in Aruba, like I was expecting an island, bars, just food, nature,
Yeah.
and like just touristy things. But when I got there, I noticed like everything was like Americanized. Like the first thing you do is like, oh my god, like McDonald's,
Yep.
Wendy's, Domino's, like
Yep.
all these fast
Yep.
food, because they know, oh, ooh, I come from America, Domino's is the shit. Let's go get some Domino's.
Yeah.
Instead of actually ignoring the fucking garbage American food. I don't even know if it's American food. I eat Domino's and like fuck it. Like, I just personally didn't want Domino's while I was there.
Yeah.
But like I wanted the Spanish cuisine. I wanted like what makes the food of this place way better than
Yeah.
Domino's,
Yeah.
And I ate at these
Like the
different
local
restaurants.
food.
Local food, exactly
Yeah.
what it was. And man, the local food is
So good.
cheap and delicious.
Mhm.
But not cheap in the food quality. I mean financially cheap.
Mhm.
Like you can get like, I don't know how much it costs here, but like a ceviche was like $6.
Damn.
It was like a bowl. And you know what ceviche is?
Yeah.
Whoever doesn't know what ceviche is, it's like a soup bowl, kind of like
It's
soup.
like a seafood.
Seafood soup. Yeah,
type
seafood
thing.
soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it got shrimp in it, and it was like,
Yep.
ooh, that shit was gas.
Mhm.
Delicious. Very, very good.
Yeah.
But America is like lacking in these type of like
It's
efforts.
lacking in a lot of things. Like it's doing well compared to others, but it could be doing a lot
It could
better.
do. What would you think could make America better? Like in your opinion?
I would personally say what the taxes are being used on, and I really
Yeah.
personally I do not know that much about government. And
I could
how
even
it all
I could give you a
works and all
short
that
lesson
shit.
on it.
But I would say and what our taxes are being used for, because what I have seen is that other countries, they pay like less taxes, I think.
No,
I don't know if it's less or
it's-
more, but
it's
they
less
pay
taxes to no
something
taxes.
about. But their taxes are being distributed a lot more wisely
Mhm.
or a lot wiser than us.
Yeah.
Like they actually, like, you know how in Germany you can have free education, like
Really?
you can have free college.
That's the same. I think it's actually all in Europe. If you're a European citizen, if you actually like, if you go to Europe and you,
Mhm.
or if you're American and you go to Europe and you apply for a dual citizenship and you decide to stay in Europe, you can get free education. Like I
Yeah.
was actually thinking at some point, I was just like, when I was younger, I was just like, no, America's good. Why would I want to go to Europe and stay there?
Yeah.
And I'm actually kind of glad I didn't, because like, I like my home, and I do love this place.
Yeah.
But like, I'd rather be here around like family and friends and
Yeah.
just completely drop the whole life
Yeah.
and go to
Yeah.
Europe. But yeah, you're right. Europe is free.
Yeah,
which is
so
crazy.
What I really
I mean, school is
just
free.
always been told is that if you go to Germany and you try to get
my
a
mom tell
college
you that?
degree over there. No, it was my aunt,
Your aunt.
because my cousin was thinking of going to Europe or Germany to get free college education.
I'd say it's
So-
worth it. And now as an adult, I'd say it's fucking 100% worth it.
So
But keep in mind you can't use that degree here though.
yeah,
So it's like,
but I feel like they're using that tax money in a lot more beneficial ways that benefit
them.
the people.
Oh,
that
you
benefit
mean
the
by
people.
Germany? You mean by Germany or
Yeah.
like other countries?
Yeah,
Yeah.
other countries
No, yeah, I
that
agree.
that use their tax money in a lot wiser ways. Like we spent, I don't know how much we really give to the government in terms of taxes, but what I mainly see or I think I've heard is that we use it mostly on like military.
Yeah, military and construction.
and construction.
Yeah, but we don't use
and
it for
things of
food.
that sort,
We don't.
and like energy or things
Yeah,
of that
that's
sort.
exactly what it is.
But we put so much into the military, but for what?
That is true. Who are we really fighting?
Going against? Yeah,
Who are we really
exactly.
fighting? Like, yeah, we're
who are
defending
we-
Ukraine right now currently. That's like the only thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, that doesn't help because
Exactly.
Biden gave the motherfuckers 13 million. Like good for, or 13 billion. I don't even know. Like, don't quote me on that. But he
Yeah.
gave them money. And which is good. Help support them. I agree.
Yeah.
But like, why are
just
we giving
wasn't
more
spent
people
well.
more money? More money for what? To
Yeah.
do what? Like,
Yeah.
and like if you go to other countries, like Dubai is I'm pretty sure it's a tax-free country.
Mhm.
And like Puerto Rico is a tax-free state. Aruba is a tax-free country as well, or island. And like when they say by duty tax-free, what I mean by that is literally there is no taxes. Like You're not losing $12. You're not losing $100. You're not losing $600. You're not losing $1,000. Like when you go buy a car and they're like, hey, so the car is $25,660, and you're like, wow, I could afford that. You know, the taxes even come to people's minds when they come to buy a car.
Yeah.
Like when me personally, I already knew about the taxes. I knew it was going to be plus another 10-20%. So like I was already prepared. Like for example, like you go and buy like a Nissan, $25,650. We'll just say that's their price. You go in dealership with the $25,650 cash, or in your bank you have that, so you could either just finance it or actually give them cash, whatever the fuck you want to do. And like I went into a dealership once and I was speaking to someone about a Nissan, and they were giving me all the details, and like once they get the paper and everything, they pull out all the fees and shit. Like I have a paper of all the fees and shit. Like you're not really supposed to like keep it, but I fucking took it anyway. Like come sue me, motherfucker, I don't care. Like you guys suck anyway, Nissan. Sorry, but your cars are made out of cheap plastic.
Damn.
And like Toyota or Subaru any other day. But hey, Nissan, listen, man, you hire me as a fucking a spokesperson for you guys, I'll take all what I say back. But honestly, like I've had a car with you guys and the handle just came right off. Jesus. So, and this was like a 2019 car. So yeah, but that's besides the point. They pull out paper, and then all information's on the paper, the car price. That's what you looked at, 25, 650. That's what you're buying. That's what you think you're gonna buy. Perfect. That's when they hit you with the fucking insurance, which you already obviously pay if you have a car. So that's whatever you can. Okay, so you need to register insurance with it. You got to register this. You have a buyer's fee. You have a dealership fee. You have this fee, that fee, this fee, taxes. This is not taxes where it starts coming in. It's like another 20%. So a $25,000 car turns into a $35,000 car,
much.
And 10 grand for what? You lose it to them, and they use that 10 grand for nothing. They'll probably use that 10 grand to reimburse. They'd probably give you like a certificate for having their car after a year, but like other than that, like I get emails all the time from my car company saying, hey, like thank you for purchasing our car, how's the car, you doing good, here's like a free $50 certificate towards the shop and you could use whatever, and it's cool and all, but like $10,000, $50, you know, like fuck your $50 when I lose 10 grand, you know, like fuck
exactly
that. I don't need that.
Yeah,
but you're right though, like if we use the money to like fund other things, it'd be so much better.
That what I feel like what a lot of people are talking about, mainly that they wish their taxes were used on more, is education, because
education would be a great choice.
Education is so fucking expensive.
It is so fucking expensive.
Way
How much are your
expensive.
loans? How much are your loans? Can I ask?
I didn't take loans. That's the thing.
Oh, you didn't take loans. Okay.
That's why I commuted to minimize the amount of money that we had to spend.
That's smart as shit.
But
you're getting a bachelor's, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
If I hadn't gotten scholarships or anything of that sort, like okay, I'll give you this.
You got
Instead
grants?
of Stevens, I applied to go to Berkeley Berkeley College of Music, very very top like music school, and in Boston, and I got in.
That's great. But then you have to think about the fucking the
tuition.
dorms, the tuition.
Exactly.
Oh my god, food.
The tuition alone, and they don't give scholarships to freshmen at all. You have to be at least like a sophomore or junior to get a scholarship.
That's crazy.
Or if you do get a scholarship, it's because you're so fucking cracked that why you're even going to the school in the first place.
I think to just show off.
Exactly, just for the degree to say like, I went to Berkeley, whatever.
Yeah, I know people who are like genuinely that smart and just literally went to school for no reason.
Literally.
Like, I'm just like, why?
But if they don't give scholarships, so the tuition alone was $60,000. My parents, and that literally broke my heart because that was like my top school that I wanted to go to, and I was like, and I got in. It's like, imagine Harvard being like your top school that you want to go to, and it's super hard to get into. Or I don't know if Berkeley's really that hard to get into, but it's like you gotta be good at least to get into it.
I think what you're trying to basically say is this is like your dream school, and you just your heart got broken because you realized like $60,000 is too much to pay,
exactly,
and then you couldn't afford it.
It's literally like being like, yeah, you got in, but like, you're not going because you can't pay for it.
Yeah,
like you literally just have to have money to go.
I completely get that,
which sucks because you could be super talented and shit, and like and really want to put that work in to get the degree, but you just can't do it or you can, but you'd have to take out loans.
I wish the value of money in America didn't really matter, because like how could I phrase this? Everything revolves money nowadays. Don't get me wrong, and not just in America, But like, if you want to literally live and go out and do shit, you have to have some sort of income.
Absolutely.
Like, you can't. If you want to live in America, you have to have an income. Either if you work in DoorDash, like you work DoorDash too, right?
Yeah.
You gotta either do DoorDash, Uber, like whatever. You need something to make money. Like, there's no way to live here. Like I can only imagine the other states, but like I just looking at houses currently, because I'm on the market for houses right now, but it just went up another fucking 3%, so that's great.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. But fuck, you need money for everything. You need money for everything. It's what it is. Like, you need money for insurance, car payments, food, where you're living, school, health insurance. Oh my! Don't even get me on health insurance. If you want to, like, actually, I called the person that you told me about. I have an appointment for September 21st,
Nice.
so that's sick. I'm gonna get my teeth fucking cleaned. My insurance expired, so I had to renew that and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, I can't wait to go fucking dentist. I haven't been able to go because they're all fucking so full. I mean, I was a dentist a few months ago, but like, you should go periodically every few months just to make sure your teeth are good. And that's what I do personally.
Mm-hmm.
But like, my dentist is a surgeon before I stopped going there, and they told me that one tooth, like to get a wisdom tooth removed, is $3,000.
Jesus fuck.
Yo, fuck that.
I got all 4 of mine taken out in one day.
I would have done that if I was able to, but these 3 weren't fully grown. So it would be just pulling out roots, and he said that it would have been the most painful thing ever, especially this not grown.
The only reason why I got mine taken out was because they were starting to push into the teeth
That's
that were
what I'm worried
fine,
about.
and it was causing like really bad pain.
That's literally what I'm worried
even
about.
like chewing was fucking hurting so much.
That's
so
literally
like,
exactly what I'm worried about.
They were like, yeah, just get it out, just take it out.
Yeah, but $3,000 per tooth is fucking idiotic.
Yeah.
$3,000. At that point, I might as well check myself with morphine.
By insurance, thankfully.
Yeah, and insurance.
My mom was like, "We're not doing it if you don't have insurance.
No,
like you're not doing it."
No, my mom said the exact same thing. If you don't have insurance, it's not worth doing it, really. Like, or unless you're rich as fuck and you can spend $3,000 per teeth. I know these fucking rappers got like $90,000 grills. So like, good for you.
Or they just get veneers. Or
they get veneers. Oh, dude, don't even. Veneers are crazy though. In America, a full pair of veneers is like, well, depending on where you are, actually. Like, I asked my surgeon, and he was like, it could be up to like $120,000 for veneers here. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? And he was like, but that's depending where you are.
You have to get them like redone every 10 years too.
Mm-hmm. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, I was watching an interview with somebody. Maybe it was Lil Yachty. I think he said he paid $90,000 per tooth.
That's insane.
So I don't know what my fucking surgeon was talking about. Maybe basic veneers, like just like fake teeth that you can just roll with. But like $90,000 per tooth, and Yachty's teeth are like crazy. Like does
he have like jewels on it or something?
I don't think he does. He doesn't fuck with that. I think he had at some point, but he took it off and got normal teeth. Yeah. And then, you know what? It's because like these fuckers be wearing these grills and shit. And like, they kind of fuck you. Whenever you wear anything, like you hold anything in your mouth, you bite anything for a period of time, your teeth will like move.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you didn't know like that, like I wear a mouth guard when I train, and like after I take the mouth guard, I can feel like like my teeth was pressed on this mouth guard for too long.
Yeah. And
like, I can only imagine these fuckers who have $90,000 grills, on their teeth for like months, years, fucking like, and they just take it out, and their teeth are just decaying, like, because you can't clean that shit. Like, you could, but they gotta take it out. Like that.
But then they just spend more money to get veneers, and
they get veneers right after. But like, that's what it is with money, though. What is your solution with money? Just fix whatever you need with your money. Like, you really, like, I don't want to be the one to say this, but like, it's true. You could just buy anything you want. If you're rich as fuck, you could just go into a dealership and be like, oh, that's the brand new BMW. It's not even released yet. He's like, yeah, it's just in the showcase. I want it. Well, it's not for sale. Too bad. $10 million. It's like, that's not even the value. I want it. Okay, well, it's your car now. $10 million. We just made $9 million profit. Fuck you. Okay. And the rich fucker would be like, $10 million is nothing to me. It would be like a sweat go down his forehead and be like, I'm okay.
It's like buying like a coffee for them.
Yeah, it's like buying a coffee. It's like, enjoy this, $100,000 coffee cup of coffee, motherfucker, $100,000 cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And the Starbucks would be like, why did you pay $100K for a cup of coffee, and a small cup, not even like a big cup? It'd be like the smallest cup. And like, but it's weird though. Like, money could really buy anything. Like, you walk into a store and just buy this and that. And
but you know what's crazy? And I was having this conversation with my friend yesterday, because he asked me, do you think... Well, I'll actually ask you before I give my opinion, but do you think money buys happiness?
Yes, but there's a whole deeper thing behind that. Money buys happiness for sure. You get show them. You go buy something. You buy it, and if you buy something you really like, it makes you goddamn happy. Let's be honest here. Like me, let me give you a good example. I bought the podcasting equipment. It made me pretty happy knowing that now I have pretty good equipment and I can have my friends and family or whoever I want listen to a good quality podcast. It makes me happy I bought it. Can money buy happiness in a sense of like morality and emotion? No. Like you can't, like if you're fucking sad, if you're really fucking sad and depressed, I think you have to work on not being sad or depressed. You can't just go to a therapist and give them like 100,000 and be like, all right, well, guess what? I'm depressed. Fix this. And they'll just be like, they'll sit with you for hours and talk to you and be like, and then you just realize what a waste of fucking money that was. Giving someone all this money and then they just told you the truth, which you could have discovered yourself if you just weren't self-loathing and like realizing that your money shouldn't buy happiness. Like I buy a lot of things. Like I love spending money. It's fun. It's great. I make money. I spend money. This is what it is. So I save money too. Don't get me wrong, but I love spending money. Like I'll go out, get a cup of coffee, and I'll be like, oh, this made my day. I bought myself a cup of coffee. I'm going to work. Great. Life's good. You know, I'm happy at that moment.
Yeah.
You know, but am I like internally happy? No.
Yeah.
I mean, deep down, I'm just like, did I really need this cup of coffee? Like, did I need to do all that? Probably not. But I did it anyway. But what about you? Does money make you happy?
I would say that...
Wait, can money buy happiness? Let me rephrase that.
Yeah,
can money buy happiness?
I agree with you where money can help in terms of how you feel and happy, because you give any person that's struggling the opportunity to stop struggling by giving them money, they're going to be happy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But I would say everlasting pure happiness where you are just content with your life, absolutely not. Because you always hear people like who are billionaires that are like depressed.
Yeah.
And you're like how? Like you could just buy it. Yeah. But like no matter how much money you spend or how much, you buy, I don't know how many cars you have, or I don't know how many,
there is a limit at some point.
Spent. Not much, like it doesn't matter how much you spend if you aren't content with your life or with your morals or how the way you live, you cannot be happy. And money does not help. Like money does not solve it like that. You need internal work. You need to work on yourself. You need to work with your relationship with other people. That's what makes a difference. Money can help that. Right? Like you can get a therapist to help you if you can't do it on your own. Exactly. You need money for that.
But you need money for a therapist though.
Yeah, exactly.
So like you're still spending money one way or another, so you're technically buying happiness. It'll help you. But you're buying happiness.
But it's not like in terms of like, oh, just as long as I have money I'm happy. No,
exactly.
Absolutely not.
I to continue that, I think in my opinion, money amplifies who you are already deep inside and who you are as a person. So for example, me, I'm just a hardworking individual who likes to do whatever they want, and like I take my training very seriously. I love podcasting. I love doing things. If I got an extra little bit of money, I would just probably use that, and this is me, my opinion. I would use that to open up a gym and like start help. Like I train with you guys. I love training with all of you, and like. But I would take that to a whole nother level. I want to train many people. I want to do all that. You know what? I would even open a fucking studio so you can do your thing and you can do your music stuff and producing and even the piano work. I would build a stage where you could even perform. Like I would use my money to not just for myself, but to amplify for others. Yeah. Because like, and you guys are fucking happy with that, and like you guys are like, you're going to my like training, like my professional gym with these trainers training everybody. You're just going to be like, damn, like he's not a fucking asshole. Yeah. Like he might be an asshole as a person, and sometimes I may be, sure. But like the money he used to fund this shit, it's his money, and he didn't have to do that. He could have just been like, go fuck yourself and go buy a fucking Ferrari and just drive around the streets like a total dickhead, you know? But no, I really would like to just like fund the things I already do, just make it better and put more money into it and work. Like I think having a fucking big ass gym where you can have a bunch of fucking people training to making their lives better. Like I'd have like fucking machines. I had personal trainers. I'd hire as many people as I can to have this fucking big ass gym, and people would just go out and work out, and or even with a studio. Like I'll take a warehouse, I'll build a warehouse, I'll turn into a bunch of like different little room sections where you can record music, and then on top of that, I'll build a goddamn stage so we can have even freaking artists come perform with shit and shit. And we'll have all different like energy, all it's all about energy really, like putting all the different energy into different things. Now you could be an asshole and use your money to do stupid things, or you could use your money as a person who you already are and amplify the things you already do. Like I don't have a lot of money, let's be honest here. I'm not fucking rich and I'm not broke, but like if I did have like a source of income that brought me like millions of dollars, like what's the point of just being that guy and buying a Lambo and a $1 billion house, and like what's the point when you can just, your friends would be like appreciative and happy that you did all this for them, and then like then I'd be happy because like I got my friends with my back, and I still could have a Ferrari, but guess what? I could have a Ferrari because my business brought me the money for the Ferrari, and guess what? I might give away the fucking Ferrari at that point. I wouldn't even need it really. If I got a Ferrari, like, hey Ferrari, you send me a free Ferrari, I'm just gonna do a giveaway on it, like let someone else have it, you know? I mean, I like Ferraris, don't get me wrong, but like I wouldn't personally spend the money for it as of now, currently. Like if I was like a multi-billionaire, sure, like I totally would buy that, but like money could buy happiness, but not really, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I would say like it can help the process, but in terms of an actual internal lasting happiness,
I don't think it would.
It would not.
I don't think so. If you're not happy now, and I gave you a check for $1 million, you'll be happy you got a check for $1 million.
Yeah.
But then you're gonna realize $1 million can only buy you a certain amount of things.
Yeah.
Really, like maybe you could probably get a house.
Yeah.
Literally just a house. And then think about it. Then once you spend that $1 million, property tax, insurance, house insurance, HOA loans, all
having to maintain all the stuff that you already bought.
And that's $1 million is just gone.
Yeah.
And it's a waste. You know, like that's what it is. Like you just waste money on stupid shit. Like and all these rich ass people, like they'd be depressed and shit, sure, but they wouldn't be if they appreciate what they have.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like it all comes down to your values.
Exactly.
Like how you said, where you would feel more satisfaction sharing your wealth with the people around you, knowing that it will make their lives better as well. But some people's values is me.
Yeah.
They only care about themselves and how they feel and how people perceive them to be as like this big wealthy person, where they would rather just spend all that money on themselves and to make themselves look good and to make themselves appear as a better person just because they have more income than someone else.
Yeah.
But it all just comes down to values, where that person is just egocentric. You just need to, all you have to do is just focus on what your values are.
I completely agree. I mean, like something like you and I personally, like I think you and I we both didn't grow up in like a rich mommy and daddy lifestyle. Like I meet millions of people a day, and like who fucking, you could just tell that like they don't understand what life is, and them driving like a Range Rover that dad got them because they had a great job is like cool and all, sure, but like what's cooler is knowing that you bought that same Range Rover with your own money, that you did your own hard work and all that shit put in it. Like straight up, like if you put me in a boxing ring with an actual like professional fighter, I don't really give a shit about the bag. I mean the bag is pretty important to me, sure, but the fact that this professional fighter sees me as an amateur fighter and wants to actually fight me just to see that, hey, listen, maybe he's not that fucking terrible, that he's broke or not rich, you know, maybe he has an opportunity to fuck me up, and I think that would be a great fight, and that would be sick. Like if they put me in a ring with like a fucking, like with a rich ass motherfucker, like if you put me in a ring with like honestly Logan Paul, absolutely, like I think I could definitely fight Logan Paul. Like he definitely has the right training for it, and like I know for a fact we have the same height, we have the same muscle mass. He does do a little more training than me, but he has more time to do this training. If I devoted all my time to doing this exact same training within like the 6 months, and he wanted to fight me, I think we have definitely a good chance of I could probably either win or he could probably win. Like it would be like a fair fight because we're both on the same exact level. Well, he's more on a different level within like fighting because he's been fighting for a while, but like financially, like he's obviously better than me, but like I want to prove to him or any fighter, and if I did fight them, like money doesn't really matter. You know, if you it's the hard work and dedication, then I could fucking bust your face open with a fucking jab. You know, like hey, listen, like someone tried to challenge me, in a boxing match. I think it'd be a lot of fun,
Yeah.
unless you're like Bryce Hall, then I will fuck the shit out of you. I'll fuck you up any day. Like, I'm sorry, but like, you look like a fucking meme. I claim to be a fighter, but I'm not a fighter. I don't know, man. Like, that's some whack shit, dude. I can easy fight, man. Like, dude, your nose is fucking. Like, it was fucked up after that fight. And listen, McBroom got his shit split too. Like, by what is it, Nissan Gibb? He fucked him up. So he was trash too. Like, they're both trash. Don't get me wrong, because they're not fighters. They're athletes. But I personally am a fighter. I like to fight. I train to fight. I'll fight any day, you know. But like, that's a whole different premise of this, Like, money can bring you to a certain point. But I don't even I don't make as much even most of these fuckers make. They make fucking millions of dollars. I don't need any of that to train. I train because I want to train. I want to look good. I want to feel good, and I know that I'm good.
Yeah,
and
that's what makes the difference. Some people do stuff.
How uncomfortable is that fucking chair?
It is really comfortable.
Comfortable?
No, I said it is comfortable.
Really? I said uncomfortable.
No.
Really?
It's comfortable.
That's crazy. I never, like, whenever people sit in that chair, I'm just like, damn, that must be one of the most uncomfortable fucking chairs.
It's actually pretty comfortable.
One day, like, when I get the crib,
you should get a couch.
I want to get a whole layout. You see how my living room is?
Mm-hmm.
It's what I'm going to redo for the podcast.
Yeah.
And it'll have a camera in the middle, and it'll just be like, ding, 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 all three of us. And I think that would be fucking sick.
That would be dope.
I wanted to do that. The reason why I haven't done that is because, like, the couch broke. That's one. So someone would sit on it and by accident break it even more, which would suck. And my mom would lose her shit. And second is, like, it's not my house yet. And, like, people just come in sometimes. Like, my family would just walk in after work and just, and that's just a whole lot of, like, breaks and shit. I don't want to stop the podcast and pause it and all that and take a break and and then resolve everything, bring it back to, like, my office and work on it here. Yeah. I'd rather just keep it in the office and keep it simple. So I just have these really uncomfortable chairs that I got.
These are nice.
That I got that shit for free.
That's fine.
Yeah, fucking. Yeah. It was an okay chair. It's a Walmart chair. It was like. Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
I got given it. I was like, okay.
It works.
Hey, listen, if it works.
If you wanted it to be a little bit more comfortable, you could just put like a little pillow on there.
Yeah. See, you have a simple solution to that problem. Just put a pillow on there. Yeah. I have people. I know. I for a fact, if I ask somebody else, like anybody else, I've been like, yo, does that chair uncomfortable? Like, yeah, bro, you have a better chair. And then I'll be like, really? Like, that's a chair. Like, you don't have to sit. You could just be sitting on the fucking ground. All I care. I'll be like, fuck you, dude. Like, sit on the ground. If you think that chair's uncomfortable, then go fuck yourself. It's a chair. But you were just like, hey, why don't you put a pillow on it? You see? Solution. A lot of people just,
big brain.
They don't, big brain moves right there. A lot of people don't think of solutions. They just fucking just complain. Yeah. Like, what are you complaining about? Like, if you live in America, you have nothing really to complain about, really. And then, like, it's funny because we were complaining earlier, but, like, life is basically good here. You could just walk into a Walmart and buy whatever fuck you want and go home.
It is really good, but you need to have the right mindset where life can be good, but it's going to be good once you start putting that work in.
No, I agree.
You have to put that work in because you can't expect things to be handed to you.
Yeah, which a lot of things sometimes are.
A lot of things are. Thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully. Well, here, thankfully, yeah. No, but not in other countries. They're not just really just here.
Thankfully. But once you start putting
that work in,
or start, like putting that effort into the things that you want, and working for all these things, then you'll reap what you sow. Basically, the only thing that kind of sucks is that I've heard of many situations where people put that work in. And unfortunately, sometimes some systems in the U.S. don't allow, like, basically, like, I heard about this kid who got his master's, got a master's degree and everything, and his mom was basically saying, like, yo, like, you've been saving all this money, and you still can't buy a house, or not buy a house, but, like, rent a place, because the rent is so high.
Yeah.
Like,
and it continues going up. It will not go down. It continues
to go up. So what's unfortunate is, like, we teach people or tell people, like, put that work in, and people do, but unfortunately, because of the system of the U.S., no matter how much work you put in, if you're not making, like, 6 figures, it's kind of tough.
Yeah, that's completely right.
So that's like cycling back to what we were saying, like, if the U.S. could put all that tax money into building homes that are more affordable for people, then people would have that hope of like, oh, as long as I put my work in, then I can get a house, or I can get a car and live a comfortable life, or live a life that is that just covers your basic needs, you know?
I agree.
But unfortunately, no matter how much we put our work in, sometimes it's not going to work out because of, like, you know, things that we can't control, like the market prices of houses right now,
stocks
or
fucking going up, taxes going up, houses prices going up, everything's just going up.
Exactly.
But I like your point of view on this. I think if the U.S. honestly poured their taxes into like low income housing and like housing for
just
apartment, like
more things for the people.
Yeah, for the
They're
people.
Doing, like, I understand that like security is a good thing and like military things is
but
needed.
They got unlimited
but that's
money.
not everything.
They can print money. They can just print unlimited money. That is, like, I'm sorry to say this. Like, I do respect our soldiers and stuff like that, and I do, like, don't get me wrong, but like they can build weapons. They could build all that shit, and that all does require money. But you motherfuckers could just reprint it. America could just reprint money. Like, how are we in debt? Just reprint the money. It's paper. You cut the fucking trees down already. You're cutting them. You're cutting our trees down.
The reason why they don't do that is this whole concept of, like, the value of the dollar then.
Yeah, the value of a dollar would become zero.
Yeah.
And then
so
if that happens,
need to find, I need to do my research on it if I were to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I think just in general, if they could, like, just like other countries where they put their tax money into things that are more beneficial for the people, the majority, not the 1%, but like the majority of the people in the U.S., the middle class.
Yeah.
Then
not even middle class, lower class.
Yeah, lower/middle class.
Yeah, like,
just normal, regular.
What would you consider yourself currently? Like, I'm like middle.
Yeah, I would say I'm
I was lower class. Like, I was like, I remember back in the day, like, fucking, I'd go to Walmart. You remember Osiris's?
Bro, oh my god.
I thought those were the coolest shoes ever.
Same.
And I was happy with it. And I remember fucking people would be like, oh, nah, these Jordan 1s are the best. Or like
Supreme.
Yeah, the Supreme box. I have a Supreme box logo. And, like, that was one Supreme thing.
Oh, no, sorry, I'm not Supreme. Supras.
I don't remember Supras. I think
it
like sounds
Osiris,
so familiar.
But like it's what Supras
Wheelies?
are what like Justin Bieber when he was like a kid.
When he was a kid, he would wear that. Yeah, because they could just market him.
When he would have that purple like shirt all the time.
Yeah, they just used him because he was a kid and they marketed everything with him. Like they probably gave him the most disgusting clothes. Oh yeah, skater shoes.
Yeah.
They give honestly, this is kind of sick to say, but like most like young celebrities, like if you're super young, like if you're like coming up, like I Show Speed, like they'll just straight up like get you a brand deal and then make you wear like the most stupidest clothes, and then you're just gonna be like, oh, what was the point of that? Like you actually imagine you see I Show Speed wearing like a fucking like I don't know what's like a Gap outfit. You're just gonna be like, what the fuck is he wearing? But this guy just got paid like 10.5 mil for a Gap 5-minute photo shoot.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we might be judging him, but this motherfucker made 10.5 mil in a day.
Yeah.
In a day, you know, and then I would be like, whoa, like that's a whole different premise of it.
Yeah.
Like back to what you're saying, like if we use the money to fund low income and middle class, not higher class, go fuck yourselves. I think we would be so much better. Like what the tourist said to me on the island while I was there was, every country has corruption. That is right. Every country has corruption. Aruba's a small island, very small, you know. So Aruba has small problems. Everywhere else, bigger problems. So what I took of that, like, and what he meant by that to me was like, holy shit, you're right. If you just minimize the problems you deal with in everyday life and just acknowledge that there's bigger problems, then you kind of appreciate where you are. And like when I was on the island, like 4 people got killed. I said this on the last episode.
Really?
4 people got killed. And like, but in America, thousands of people die a day.
Yeah.
Millions of men die in the U.S. like due to suicide, even women as well. But like people will preach suicide awareness and like mental health awareness, but people really don't really give a shit, if that makes sense. Like it's for clicks. Like if Drake posted a fucking picture on Instagram saying donate to this blah 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 because he wants to spread awareness for suicide awareness and mental health awareness, everyone's gonna fucking donate because it's Drake. And Drake's just gonna take 10% of that and fucking donate the rest.
Yeah.
Or he'll be a fucking, I don't know if Drake would specifically do this, but maybe Drake would just put his own money in it and fucking donate because he realized he's a fucking rich ass motherfucker. I completely just dropped my phone. I love that. I tried catching it too. I was like, oh, I'm gonna catch that, but just not gonna happen. No, I think Drake would just put his own purse in it. I think he'd just donate the amount of money and just fucking call it quits. But like, if like, for example, like for my podcast, right? Let's just say, hey, we want to set up a donation for suicide awareness. We want to get a company to like fund like a company to sponsor this, a nonprofit, obviously, not for we don't give a shit. We just want to help out the people, you know. And we put it on our story. That shit's gonna get 2 clicks. And that's the truth, because we're not Drake. We're not these rappers. We don't have the influence these people do. So it kind of sucks. It does suck, you know. And then in the U.S., thousands of people fucking die, and like and people neglect that, and they're just like, oh. But like when you go to these other countries, like, and you just realize their problems are 10 times larger. You have fuckers showing up to your house with AK-47s because like you're a different race, or a fucking different even ethnicity, and you're just getting a shot in the fucking face, and they're just like goodbye, you know. And then it is what it is. America, this just definitely happens in America too. Don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know if it's that much.
It's not as severe.
Like,
as
I could be wrong,
countries.
but I don't think like I've never really like. I probably have to do my research on this before I even said it, but like I don't think America has the same amount of corruption as like Russia. You know, like it's not
there's
really.
Different levels.
It's not really.
There's
like,
different levels.
Yeah, there's different levels. I wouldn't I wouldn't fly to Russia even unless I was like paid by Putin or Putin flying me out himself. Nah, I'd go to Russia and we would have a fucking dope ass podcast and talk about how America sucks, and he would agree with me in like every single way. He would be like, America is garbage, and I'd be like, yeah, you're not wrong, and he'd be like, he's like, you agree? I'd be like, yeah, like you guys are cool as fuck. Like this motherfucker's running a horse down the street in an ice cold fucking winter without a shirt. You know, I'm just like, damn, you do shit in America, people are gonna fucking call you out and maybe even get you arrested for being goddamn shirtless. Like, like when I was on vacation, I kid you not, I barely wore a shirt because it was just like custom. Like you were comfortable to like, you know, like in America, you gotta wear clothes. Like me personally, like in my own house, I don't really like. I wear like shorts, but I wouldn't have a shirt on or anything. I just chill because I'm okay. Like why would I wear a fucking shirt in my own house? But like, you go around and like you go to like a Walmart and you're shirtless. Everyone's gonna be like, yo, this guy's fucking weird. He needs to put on a shirt or he needs to get the fuck out of here, like right now. Yeah. And that, oh well, that's fucking something else. Like that is like, oh shit. Like, but I was going to the stores over there without shirts, and like the reason why
different customs.
Yeah,
too.
it is different customs. But I noticed like no one gave a shit. Yeah. Like as long as you went to point A and point B and you had the money for it, no one gave a shit. No one gave a shit what you did, really. As long as you were just you and did whatever you do on the daily, just which is a negative, obviously, and like wouldn't affect the environment. But like other places are not so bad. America's not so bad either. Don't get me wrong. It's just like, excuse me, the opportunity's there. I think we just should work on it. Yeah. You know, like if you drive by those on the highway all the time on Route 80. And you see those signs that, oh, this is your taxes is going through this. Is it though? Like, is it really? Like, what the fuck? I've seen people build fucking houses on YouTube in less than like 3 hours. And like, yeah, I get in America, weather changes and everything changes. Don't get me wrong, but like, are we using that tax money to really build these highways within a certain amount of time? Or just not giving a shit? You know. That's what it is. What's that smile? Why are you laughing?
I just got the most interesting text.
Oh, yeah? What you get?
I'll tell you later after the podcast.
Oh, you can't. Okay, you don't want to say on the pod? Well, guess what, motherfuckers? We're going to take a break right after that. Yo, I'm your boy Tommy. I'm here with Shalom. We'll be right back in like a second because that's how it works.
Yeah. Was good.
Okay.
Subway is good too.
Subway, I had bad experience with Subway.
I just personally, that's the thing. I've never had a bad experience.
You're lucky, huh? Aren't you lucky? You just had a good experience with Subway.
I always have a good experience with Subway.
What do you order from Subway?
I always get the same thing. I get chicken teriyaki on an Italian urban cheese.
Ooh, okay.
Foot long or 6-inch.
Okay.
Same thing.
The way you looked at me and said foot long, I couldn't help myself.
Because you know what's funny? When I went to Quick Check with my friend, and I was like, bro, should I get the 6 inch of the foot long? And he was like, 6 inches is good enough. And I was
yeah, I don't know. It's pretty average size.
I was like, yeah, it's pretty filling.
It's pretty filling. I know for a fact he was just like, yeah.
He was laughing his ass off. The shit was so funny.
It is filling.
Oh,
like scratching his head. Like, is it now? Okay.
But anyway, yeah, Italian urban cheese, bread. Then I get provolone. Okay. Toasted. Ooh. And then I get lettuce, tomato, onion, green pepper, cucumbers, salt and pepper, and chipotle sauce. Chipotle sauce. To give it that extra kick.
Ooh. Us Hispanics love. You like spicy food?
I love it.
All right, good. Us Hispanics love spicy food. And that's the worst thing is I like to put Americans on too. Like I was like, hey, try the spicy food. Like while we were on vacation, like, there was this hot ass spicy sauce, and I was just unfazed. I put it in my mouth. And just like,
I overestimate how much I can take though.
I've eaten the ghost pepper chips, ghost pepper.
I could never.
I've all that.
Yo, you know what? You should try then.
What?
And I would love. You have to do a video on video of you doing it. It's a Korean ramen. Ooh. Spicy ramen.
I've had those. Those are hell. But it's
fucking
pretty
told
good
you.
though. But they're pretty good though. Like
they're crazy.
Yeah, I kid you not. I've eaten them.
I had one noodle and I was like sweating my ass off. I thought I was gonna die.
I've eaten them before. And they come in like the red label.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I've eaten those. I don't know what they're like. The special.
볶음면.
Yo, can we get a sponsor for that? Like, I would eat.
볶음면, sponsor us.
Yo, like for real, like I will. No, Subway should sponsor you. Should like
yeah,
Subway sponsor us so we can get a Shalom some free sandwiches from y'all. She already be spending hella money with you. Come on, Subway, hook us up. And hey, maybe I might change my opinion about Subway if you give us some free food.
Okay, but what I was saying, I don't think Wawa is better or Subway is better. I think they're just both really good options. I just think about like how far it is and what I usually get. Like Wawa, I don't really know what to get because I don't really eat there that often. Meanwhile, with Subway, it's like a staple. Like I already know what I'm gonna get. I always get the same thing, and it's always a good experience. So I know if I need something good, and like I'm gonna be satisfied, I go to Subway. You know?
Yeah, I do agree.
But with Wawa, it's a little farther.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, because your house is right next to Subway,
exactly.
Isn't it? My house is right next to Wawa.
What are you talking about?
It's down the street.
What are you talking about?
If I literally went out of the house, got in my car, and went down the street straight past the gym, it's literally right there. It's like equivalent to like going to
yeah, that
your
is
house
true.
To
yeah, that is true. But
McDonald's
it's still farther. It's still farther.
Yeah, but I like the quality.
You have to go to Randolph.
Randolph? I mean, yeah, it's not that.
Wawa is Randolph.
Yeah, it is in Randolph, huh? Shit, we're exposing their address. Listen, Wawa and Randolph, hook me up with some free shit, please.
But or if I want like a decent hot dog, like just American hot dog. Costco. I don't go to Costco because I don't have a Costco membership.
Really?
Thing.
Your parents don't have one?
No. We used to, but no, we don't.
Damn, that's crazy.
I like to go to 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven?
For the Bahama Mamas because it got a little spice in it. And it's good.
I've never had food from 7-Eleven.
Huh?
I've never had food from 7-Eleven. Did you just say it's thick?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not
Pause.
I'm just gonna ignore the fact.
No, it's good. I mean, like you're getting it's getting like the best out of your money.
How much is a hot dog there?
It's like $1 something.
Thank you for watching the Canceled Podcast. I'm your host Tommy, and I'm here with
Shalom.
And we're out. Peace.
See ya.